Hello, I'm Dr. Gareth Moore and I'm a puzzle and brain training author. But in this video, I'll be looking at day 12 of this, the very exciting Exit the Game Advent Calendar for 2023, The Silent Storm. And we will start, as we always do, by having a look at the story for today and discarding the hints and tips that, fingers crossed, you won't need. And I'll put aside the decoder table we will need later as well. So, I've had a quick look at the story for today already, and it says that you're starting to get concerned. Also, Santa's on the line again. You enter the library with your mouth still full of cookie crumbs, but you stop dead in your tracks when you hear a loud crackle. So I discovered the stranger with the binoculars during a routine check. He came straight to the workshop. You hear the voice of your boss through a speaker. I figure his voice is distorted as it's going over these pipes. So of course it was panic stations. I remembered that we had a security system installed a while back just to be on the safe side to protect us from discovery. Red emergency button here in my study. So I rushed over there and hit it right away, hoping that he'd disappear. But then... You catch the horror in your boss's voice on the last few words. What then? You call out desperately, but of course he still can't hear you. So you're trying to work out what's going on. You're very disturbed about a stranger threatening the workshop, and then a severe storm and an earthquake, followed by absolute silence. So it says you take a deep breath. Even though it's difficult, until you have more information, all you can do is continue your journey step by step, so you have a look around. You're surrounded by books. Books have a calming effect on you, and that suits you just fine. How great it would be to grab a novel and just start reading, but this is not the time. Instead, you hastily skim the titles, which may be a clue. There must be something useful in here. Now open door 12, behind which there are 2 riddle cards. So, here's the calendar. Here is door 12. So, let's open it. Right, here we go. There. Day 12. Moment of truth. What's on the back of that door? It's just off the camera. Let me adjust that. It is a ladder. There we go. And we're expecting 2 riddle cards. Right, so have a look at the riddle cards first, then we'll have a look in the room afterwards, I think. Oh, so these are the books. We have Baking Know-How, Are Angels Real? A very cute rabbit with a Santa hat. Many Gifting Ideas, Riding Comfortably on a Sleigh, and Then It Was Christmas. Festive Table Decor, Ring Those Bells for Christmas, Make Wishes Come True, The Night Before Christmas. Building Snow People, relatively small book there in terms of its stature, The Correct Handling of Candles, and Stockings. Fill them properly. Okay, so a few observations. The books vary in width, they vary in height, they vary in title, and they vary in colour. Now there are 4 colours, otherwise I'd say maybe the red, blue, yellow corresponded to our decoder strip, because each day we're looking probably for a 3-digit number to work out where the next day's room is. And talking of rooms, let's have a look inside that room. Right, so in the room there is a cosy armchair with some books, and look, there's the toy rabbit, I think, with a Santa hat, and across the top it says 5131 in blue, green, green, blue, and on the right wall it says red, yellow, red, 312, and on the left wall we have 311, yellow, green, yellow, and then on the floor it looks like a target pattern, and it appears to say word by word, but it's quite hard to read on my camera. I'll have a look at it in a moment. And the ceiling looks plain. Right, now let's have a look at what's on the floor more carefully with another camera. And it says, learn to read correctly, word by word. Okay, so reading word by word. Oh, and now I look more closely. I see there's an arrow I missed. And then it says, small yellow 3, medium green 1. I'm reading the words that match these books in some way, aren't I? Alright, so I guess we're reading the words as I described. So if we are reading a large red 1, then that would be festive, a large red 2 would be table, and so on. So we have a small yellow 3, which is how, here. And then we have a medium-sized 1 green, which is many. And then we have a large yellow 1, which is stockings. And then we have a small blue 5, which is candles. Then we have a small green 1, which is and a large green 3, which is bells, and a large blue 1, which is are, and a medium red 3, which is on, and a medium yellow 1, which is the calendar, and a red large 2, which is table. Oh. A question mark and a comma. And those presumably are 3 numbers we're finding for today. How many stockings, candles and bells are on the table? What table? Was there a table in the room? Oh, I don't even remember a table in the room. Was there a table in the room? No table in the room. Is this the table here on the calendar? It could be. Because look, there's wood around, you can't see, there's wood. Oh, there's walnut kernels. I would say this was credibly the table, except there were no stockings. What was it? Stockings, candles and bells. There were no stockings, candles and bells. What about on the lid here? Is this a table? That's a wall. It's a workshop. And there were no stockings. Well, there is a candle. Not on a table, it's clearly on a shelf. Okay, what about the cover of the calendar? Are there stockings, candles and bells on here? I don't see any of the above. There's a table here, but all that's on it is a rocking horse. Where's the table then? Is it on one of the booklets? Quick confirmation, it's not on the sides of the calendar. This is the back. I don't think this looks like a table. Maybe I'm looking in another room. Maybe there was a table in another room. I mean, there was a table here, but that's only got... Well, that's got something else on it, right? Quick look at the decoder strip. That's not a table. Quick check on the question for the day. Doesn't mention a table. I don't think it's on there. What about on the book? This is the storybook. Well, there are 3 gifts on the front here, which aren't on the cover of the calendar. So that's an interesting observation. But it doesn't help us. What about the back? The back is as plain as it's going to get, given it's got a leather texture. And what about the table here on the other book? It doesn't have the presents. There are no candles, bells, and stockings there. So where are the candles, bells, and stockings? Are they in another day? I've realised it doesn't make sense for them to be in another day because you're moving around and you don't have access to that. Although that said, I mean, you don't have access to the box either, do you? In the story. So there's a certain juxtaposition. I don't think we're looking in another day. That seems random without a clue. So where is the table? What am I missing? Okay, well, after far too much time passing and having looked through the bits of this that I can allow to access and also other bits of this and all over the box, I've realised it probably means that the decoder table, which is, to be fair, called the decoder table on the front. So I actually held this up on this video not very long ago in real life, at least 5 minutes ago. Anyway, I need to count the number of stockings, candles and bells. Okay, so we expect to count the number of stockings, which is 1, 2, just 2. And then candles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, but it can't be higher than 9. And then bells. 1, 2, 3, 4. 294. Let's see if that's the answer. 2, 9, 4. Right, so we are here, door 12, and we're going down right and left and upright. And we should expect to see star, square, L, and we do. So we have successfully found our door for day 13, and I can write that on here. Well, there we go. Sold at last. Well, there we go. Hope you enjoyed that as much as I did, even if I was slow to realise that the table was the decoder table rather than some sort of kitchen table or whatever. Yeah, I was a bit slow there. By all means, please do feel free to comment down below. Let me know how you got on if you've solved this yourself, or if you were watching, let me know how you got on. And if you realised straight away when it made my table, you quite possibly did. Either way, it would be great if you could subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. And also, if you could like this video, I really appreciate that too. At the end of this video, I'll link to some other of my solves of different exit games and other advent calendars I'm solving. But otherwise, if I don't see you before tomorrow's video, then in the meantime, take care and goodbye.